Hello and welcome. I was going to talk today about lack of connection. We had a Sunday afternoon where we sat outside having a barbecue, and while we were out there we didn't speak to each other pretty much the entire time. And finally he says to me, "How often do you pick up the dog crap?" And a statement like that, it pretty much sums up the nature of our relationship. We don't really connect or communicate or get to know each other. It's really kind of, I would say, basic conversations, bare minimum. You don't get the sense that you're growing and learning about each other. I mean, how often I pick the dog crap up is nothing to do with me as a person and getting to know me or anything like this. So when he said that, I actually didn't reply. Excuse my voice, by the way, I've been unwell. Months worth of unwell, but anyway, he recently went to work and he calls me from work. And he pretty much says the same perfunctory types of questions. What did you have for dinner? How are the kids? How are the pups? How's work? There's still no learning about each other. It's perfunctory questions that everybody asks and everybody, sort of makes small talk over. And there's never any interesting, deep, meaningful learning about each other conversations. So recently he went away and I said to him, remember way back when we met, and when we were recording we were talking on the phone for hours and writing each other letters, and then I moved in with you and we barely spoke. And he's kind of like thinking, where's this going? And I said, remember I said, how come we barely talk? And you said, we've said everything there is to say. And he kind of rolls his eyes because he wonders where I'm going with this and why I'm bringing it up. And I said to him, I agree. I agree that we have said everything there is to say, and when you go to work, you shouldn't call me. And he was pretty surprised by that, taken back. I'm not sure why he calls me from work, as in what he gets out of it aside from alleviating boredom, because it gives him something to do. Because there's no connection, there's no warmth, there's no, what did you have for dinner? Who cares, really? It's not even a worthy topic. And he usually doesn't let me answer anyway. He'll actually interrupt me and tell me what he had for dinner. And then he never even gets back to what I had for dinner. It doesn't even occur to him to remember that he asked me a question and didn't get an answer. So I've been finding our conversations lately really... I get off the phone and I feel empty. I don't feel better. I don't feel nicer, happier, loved or whatever because he called me from work. I don't feel connected or anything like that. I just feel like I'm taking his calls because I feel obligated to, not because I want to or enjoy our conversations. And it's not that I don't enjoy talking to him per se, but I don't like what we talk about. It's just too basic and too boring and I just can't do it anymore. And I don't know how many couples really sort of connect or talk well this many years into being together. And maybe this is a stock standard thing that all couples go through. But either way, in my case, I just feel really empty lately, really empty. When he said, how often do you pick up the dog crap? Kind of my heart sank a little bit because I thought, we're saying nothing to each other and that's what you want to ask. Like, there's nothing else you want to know about me. That's it. So yeah, it's like he takes an interest, well, interest enough anyway to call me. And there might be some people listening to this and thinking, wow, your husband calls you when he works. Mine doesn't. And, you know, that might be fine and well, but our conversations are really not much of much. What's that show, that movie? Much to do about nothing? Or much ado about nothing, but anyway, that's our conversations. And in the end I said to him, I'd kind of rather have no conversations than these conversations that don't really go anywhere. And when he's not asking me questions, he's telling me about his work and how many emails he got through during the day and things like that, which, to be honest, I really don't care. It makes no difference to me. I can't even understand what he's talking about. I don't know the volume. I don't know how impressive it is to get through many or not. And again, it doesn't make me feel closer to him. So at the moment I'm feeling empty and this really massive disconnect. Although we did say, when we were talking about him not calling me, we did say that, you know, you're kind of like this with everyone, as in the kids as well. So it's not a me personal thing, it's a him thing. And you know, I know that he can't help who he is, and he can't help but not be good at conversation. And you know, if that's the case, then let's just let sleeping dogs lie, and you go to work and don't call me, and I'll just stay here and do what I normally do. Anyway, not sure if you can relate. Does your husband or wife call you when they're at work? How do the conversations go? Do you have great conversations? Do you hardly speak? Do you feel disconnected when you try to communicate? Drop a comment below, I'd love to hear from you. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video, I really do appreciate it.